Jason?
Today we mark the 145th anniversary of the first official observation of what we now call Memorial Day. It was established by General John Logan's Order Number 11 of the Grand Army, dated May 1868. The order reads, the 30th day of May 1868 is designated for the purpose of strewing with flowers and otherwise decorating the graves of comrades who died in defense of their country during the late rebellion and whose bodies lie in almost every city, village, and hamlet churchyard in the land. Logan's order served to ratify a practice that was already widespread both in the North and the South in the years immediately following the Civil War. And in Carmel by the Sea, this tradition began with the building of the World War I Memorial, or was, as was said, the Great War Memorial, built in 1919. The bells that rang to start today's ceremony are from that World War I Memorial. And here in Devendorf Park, we have memorials for those who served in World War II, for those who fought in the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and the Prisoners of War Memorial. First, I want to thank the Carmel chapter of the American Legion, Post 512, for hosting this ceremony. Our post was chartered 78 years ago, 1935, and thank you for all that you do to serve our community and serve our veterans. I also want to recognize, yes, thank you to the American Legion. I want to recognize a few people here. First of all, Cindy Lopez of our city staff for helping to put on this event. We have Councilmember Steve Hilliard. Councilmember Victoria Beach was supposed to be here, but her flight was delayed and she is driving in. I advised her, don't drive too fast, please, but she is hoping to make it here. And I know that Vice Mayor Ken Talmadge was intending to be here, and I don't see him, and our Councilmember Carrie Tice. On a personal note, I want to recognize my wife and our young son, and as I think about Memorial Day, what is most important to me is recognizing the sacrifice that young men and women have made to be away from their families, to put themselves at risk to serve our country so that we can live in paradise. Could be a little bit warmer, but that we can be here today, that we can have walked a short distance or driven, but to be close at home, to remember those who came before us and those today who are not with their families, who do not have the ability to wake up with their loved ones and go to bed with their loved ones each and every night. Sacrifice, of course, is made by the men and women who go off to war, but it's also their families, their mothers, their fathers, their wives, their husbands, and their children who are making that sacrifice on behalf of all of us. Thank you to each and every one of you who served today, who served. Thank you to all the families who sacrificed for that service. And thank you to all the men and women who are not here today because today they are off in a foreign land serving our country. As you go about your business today and you see men and women in uniform, please stop and thank them. Today we remember that our freedom is not free. It was paid by the ultimate sacrifice of our fellow Americans, men and women who are willing to leave their families, to travel to foreign lands and to hostile and harsh conditions. As former Senator Dole said, they had the physical and moral courage causes Americans of every generation to lay down their own lives for people they will never meet. Today, we remember you, we thank you, and we honor you and your families. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.